really well. It was it's a little bit long, but I thought it was really good. The 3 hours went by pretty quick, but
Nice.
It was kind of interesting to see what people were saying behind the scenes and everything when I wasn't around.
Oh, that must be interesting, though, to always have to hear what other people are saying when you are in the same room as them.
Oh, yeah, especially when your ex.
Yeah, what's that like?
Her boyfriend.
Jake, walk us through that moment. I mean, honestly, what made you want to give Vienna that rose?
I know. Who would have ever thought that I would be giving her any kind of flower ever again? In talking about it, I've kind of coined the phrase, it was more of, extending an olive branch, but it was a rose. Honest to God, I can't remember if the show portrayed this or not, but her name was all over the place as to, there was a target on her back is what I'm trying to say. She was going home. People were going to try to send her home and break Casey and Vienna up because they're the big power couple. And my motivation for being on there was Vienna, and if she's out the first episode, we're not going to be able to have the talk. And we needed to finish the conversation we started a year ago. That's the whole point of me being there at this point, is to get in front of her and finish that conversation, because she won't accept phone calls. We never bump into each other. She's made it a point to avoid me for the past year, so that there can be no closure on the breakup.
Well, Jake,
very long-winded.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We got more with Jake Pavelka. We're going to talk some more Bachelor Pad. I know Joe Jonas, he's got a couple questions, some flight questions for the pilot here. We'll be back on the Hollywood Five.
The Hollywood Five. Music, stars, and the 5 biggest gossip stories of the week.
All right, we're back with Jake Pavelka. Of course, Bachelor Pad debuted this week. Huge numbers. I mean, you and Vienna really drove this season, and it's no surprise that you guys both got roses to stick around at least for another week. Can you give us some insight what we can expect coming up this season?
Well, episode 2 and 3 and then 4, there's going to be a lot of, I hate to say it, but there's probably going to be more drama on there, and it kind of spools up a little bit.
Shocker.
I obviously wasn't off the first episode, and so I'm still there, and Vienna's still very much so threatened, and so, there might be a few more conversations that are had, and really interesting challenges. I think they actually put some thought into it this year, because when we found out what we were doing, as the days and weeks progressed on, it's like, golly, what do you guys just sit around a table and think this stuff up?
So do you have any good stories about some crazy fans from the show that maybe have stalked you throughout the airport or anything like that?
Everybody's been, extremely respectful. They a lot of pictures and everything, but it's kind of fun to see somebody take a picture and all of a sudden it shows up on Twitter and then in Us Magazine a week later.
No, you don't fly commercial aircraft, right? Private jets.
I do. Yep, I fly for the airlines.
Oh, cool.
Who do you fly? We need to, in the middle of a flight, I want to knock on the, door and say, hey, Jake, are you in there? What airlines do you fly with?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Jake,
I
it's
fly
me.
for an airline out of Atlanta, and
No. He's like, no, we're cool, we're friends.
The flight attendants, they get kind of upset when somebody comes up to the cockpit door en route.
I would definitely get upset if somebody went up to the cockpit door at any flight, whether if you were a celebrity or not flying the plane.
Well, you know what? Stay safe in the air. Stay safe on the Bachelor Pad. And hopefully we can check back in with you in a couple weeks and see if you're still alive.
You know what? You live and you learn. It makes you a much better pilot.
Awesome. Jake Pavelka, thank you so much. Bachelor Pad, ABC, Monday nights.
The weekly Hollywood Five. Counting down the biggest stories of the week.
All right, we are back on the Hollywood Five. My name is Hyla. Kid couldn't join us this week. He's off trying to audition to be the next Bachelor. Good luck, Kid. We wish you well. Before jumping into our number 1 story, let's recap the top stories so far.
Number 5.
Snooki wants to have little Guido babies.
Number 4.
J-Lo and Mark Anthony spotted together.
Number 3.
Charlie Sheen showing love to Ashton Kutcher.
Number 2.
Jake and Vienna go at it on Bachelor Pad.
Okay, stand by. Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1. Go and throttle up.
The Hollywood Five, with the biggest and juiciest celebrity story of the week. And now, the number 1 story in Hollywood.
Number 1.
Now, this story snuck up on us quick midway through the week. Jennifer Aniston on the cover of Star Magazine, Us Weekly, Life and Style, and In Touch. Everyone's talking baby news. Now, let's give you a little background on this. We know she's dating Justin Theroux. All good, right? She's in a relationship. She's happy. They're out in Hawaii. Yep. But this is what's crazy about this. If you notice very closely, in each one of these magazines, they have the exact same photo of her wearing a particular shirt that looks like the wind came through, and all of a sudden, they're yelling baby. It's baby time. You know, people are obsessed with this woman and her having to have a baby. And I don't understand why. It's like we want her to have a kid more than she probably wants to have a kid. And the fact that they base this all off of one picture, it cracks me up sometimes.
It's insane.
Like the extent that they go to. It's a huge story, right? And I love some of these sources, dude. You got to hear some of these, and I'm sure you're going to get a kick out of this stuff,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
One source says that Jennifer, because remember her and her boyfriend, they're in Hawaii doing their thing, she's getting her body in tip-top shape so she can conceive while on the island.
Wow.
That's tough. Like, do you get like those just completely fabricated rumors about you?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I think I had one this week that I thought was really funny.
Okay.
So I walked by this guy on the street recently, and we like literally just passed each other, and I just glanced at him, didn't know who he was.
I read this story, and I'm so glad you brought this up. All right, keep going.
So I passed him by, and I see him. I notice, oh, it was Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, like whatever. So I go to my car. Days later, Shia LaBeouf is upset with Joe Jonas because he's been texting Rihanna, which is like they come up with this story out of nowhere, which is unbelievable and hilarious to me.
See, this is why I love the Hollywood Five, because we clear up all the rumors, we get rid of all the nonsense, and we get to hear killer tracks from killer artists like Joe Jonas. Next up, we got this exclusive 30-second sneak peek of one of Joe's tracks off the new album, Fast Life, October 11th. Only get 30 seconds. I gotta understand why this is such a mystery. I can't wait to play it for you guys next. We're all gonna hear it for the first time live on the Hollywood Five.
The Hollywood Five. Music, stars, and the 5 biggest gossip stories of the week.
All right, we are back on the Hollywood Five. Joe, you've done a fantastic job co-hosting.
Thank you very much. I've really enjoyed this.
Joe Jonas, you have a future in radio. Not that you would want one, unless you want to work for minimum wage and be a pseudo-celebrity that awkward people call you up at weird hours of the night and ask you for concert tickets at the last minute. This is not a job that you want.
I love that you're saying all this. It's awesome.
You know what? I genuinely love this job. It's fun to do because we get to hang out with guys like you and get these sneak peeks into your new album. It doesn't come out till October 11th.
Yep.
We already played a bunch of tracks that are floating out there. You can listen to See No More. There's a video out for that. Love Slayer. You got that remix contest that people can find out more on your website. But this new track that I only got 30 seconds. The powers that be, the label is like, oh, dude, you only get 30 seconds of it. That's like how hardcore amazing it is. That's how secret it is. It's like, you know, a clue in the next Nicolas Cage National Treasure movie or something. We only get 30 seconds. So here it is, a Hollywood 5 exclusive, Just in Love with You.
Girl, I'm just in love with you. I'm just in love with you. Oh, the words to use. I'm just in love with you. I'm just in love with you. Oh, yeah. When I tell you I
There you go. That's the 30 seconds. Now, tell us why you're in love with Justin. It's not Justin, love with you?
I'm a big fan
Okay.
of the Biebs.
Just in Love with You. 30 seconds. I'm digging that.
Thank you very much. I wrote it. The song is kind of about somebody that I was dating at the time and how they were arguing and frustrated with me, and I was just kind of like, listen, like, do we need to really argue? Listen, I'm just in love with you. It's simple as that.
Now, how did this relationship work out?
At the time, it worked out great.
But not so much anymore.
No.
Because you are a single man, right?
I am not dating anybody.
Okay. He is you're single going on tour in Europe. I can only imagine what doors that will open up for you.
I'm very excited and looking forward to it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much for co-hosting. And that's it. That's the show. We're over.